So I was watching the old movie the other day called Bruce Almighty. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's a story of a man who he's really questioning the existence of God in his life, really based on the day-to-day struggles that he would experience, and wondered, because of this hardships that he was going through, if God even existed at all. Well, if you've seen the movie, you know that he sort of like receives the power from God to answer people's prayer, and because of his own sort of reality that he experienced in his life, he sort of just says yes to any prayer that anybody has. Can you imagine? He answers everybody in the world who throws a prayer up to God. He answers yes. Well, if you've seen the movie, or you can even imagine what would happen, is the cause and effect of all of that introduced a level of chaos into the world where Bruce in the story was trying to increase the faith of people. He actually created more doubt. I think sometimes we can identify with this character in the movie. We can identify a little bit with Bruce, and in that sometimes it can be really hard for us in our daily existence to see past our own selves, especially in the midst of hardship or struggle or pain. And sometimes these hardships can build up, and we can come to the point where we just say, God, are you even here? Are you here in the midst of all of this that's happening? Are you here in the midst of my life? Well, this is the exact question that the author is trying to answer in Isaiah chapter 40. Isaiah chapter 40, the author is speaking to a people whose argument is against the validity of God, that's based on their own desire to see some kind of magic sort of worked in their life. Right? They're looking for a temporary, self-seeking proof of his existence, and all of it's driven just to ease their own suffering. And so they're questioning about if God really exists because they can list. And I know what? I know that you can list. You can list this. You can list that. You can list your illness. You can list the deaths in your family. You can list the hardships in your marriage or in your family. And we can list all of these things. And these same exact lists is what these people were using to say God must not exist. And so here's what the author says. The author says this in Isaiah chapter 40. It's just one verse. It says, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He will not grow tired or weary, and his understanding no one can fathom." He gives them this promise that guess what? Your problems, your issues, your lists, they're finite. They're limited in what they do to you. Do you not realize that God is infinite? And in that infinite power, he doesn't grow tired. He doesn't grow weary. In fact, he walks with you in your life, carrying your burdens with you. So today, I hope that this is a promise for you. That in the midst of the chaos, in the midst of all that happens, in the midst of your list, that you're reminded today that though your issues are finite, one day they won't be there. God is infinite, and he will be there through eternity.